The following program, I have lived it, and now I am testifying of it, hosted by Pastor Jennifer Williams, featured on the New Jerusalem Radio, WNJILP 95.9 FM, and online at WNJIonline.com, was aired on January 28, 2024, with our special guest, Andrea James. Andrea is the author of the book, What the Devil Meant for Evil, God Turned It Around for Good, where she shares snippets of part of her life story. Due to the subject matter, parental guidance is advised.
Has made this divine connection. And for me, because he's connecting his people with me all across the entire globe, I welcome every person that God send my way. And those that he don't even send, I welcome them because they can't get through to me unless God give permission, eh? And if he give permission, then it's okay. So, woman of God, just tell us a little bit about yourself and what the Lord has been doing in your life for the past, how many years? 22 years, I believe. So, New Jerusalem Radio, here is Reverend Andrea James.
Good night to the world, to all the people that are listening on this New Jerusalem station. I welcome you all to listen to my testimony, and I pray that it will touch the ears and the heart that God wanted to touch tonight. And I'm just going to give you a little rundown of my life. My mom told me that when she brought me home from the hospital, they told her that to put me in the outdoor toilet. And that's when the enemy started with my life, try to destroy it. From that age, I wasn't even in the world, not even 2 days. When my mom shared with me, I never really take root of it because I didn't really understand, because at the time I was in the world, so I didn't understand what she told me. I think she told me this when I was maybe about 10 or 9, when I was, being rude, and she said she should have followed them and put me in the pit toilet. Anyway, moving on forward, I remember that she had told take me to the hospital, and I got tubes all over me. Again, I didn't understand. That's another step the enemy tried to get rid of me again. So I'm growing up in my teens, I was out there, my mom realized that, I was out there, and she didn't say too much to me, at the time, because I was really out there. I was, smoking weed. I was, being to parties and clubs and all over. At the age of 14, I was doing this. And I came from Jamaica, so they don't ask for IDs or stuff like that. So I just ended the dance. You just go and you buy your liquor, and I was out there as a little girl, But fast forward, when I was 7 years old, I remember one night waking up with liquor on my breath, which is my father. My father came in and he sexually abused me. And at that time, I didn't understand. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what that was. No one told me at that time. They did have TV where they're showing all that stuff on TV for you to know. So something was happening to me, and my mom took me to the doctor. And when she took me to the doctor, I look on the doctor's face when the doctor was talking to my mom, and I was thinking that, the look that my mom gave me, that look stayed with me all the way up until I was 38, 39, going into my 40s. And I didn't understand it, but I just think that my mom was thinking the worst of me at that time. When I go home, I was so messed up, my mom had to put me over, let me sit over hot water. I'm not talking about just warm water. I'm talking about hot boiling water. And I have to take a medicine. Until this day, I still taste that medicine on my mouth, how bitter that was. And so I'm gonna pause right there on that subject. I don't want to give too much of that, but I just want to share that part.
I want to jump
So
in.
as
I want to jump in there at that part. Okay, so you said your father sexual molest you. What age was that?
7,
Wow. Were you aware what was happening?
no,
Okay, so
was not aware.
so I'm going to get a little bit in it, and because for me, for Pastor Jennifer Williams, there's something about details that really helps me. Now you're 7. Can you do you have an imagery of it? Like whatever he was doing, do you remember it?
Yes, I remember.
Okay.
You don't forget things like that.
So you remember now, and you don't have to answer if it's in your book. You can just say, I'll leave that for the book. Now, did he fondle you or did he penetrate?
Penetration.
Oh my gosh. All right. That's enough right there for me. Okay. Continue.
Okay, so going. I have to go like fast forward because like I said, I'm just giving you a little bits and pieces. So I got pregnant at 15. I have a premature baby, and oh, sorry, I have to back up. No, I think I want to save that for the book. I want to leave that part right there.
Okay.
um, So so I have a baby at 15, and I have a premature baby. I didn't go the full 7 months, 8, 9 months. I just go 7 months, and I never have another pregnancy. And so my daughter, my only daughter, we're 15 years apart, and we're like sisters, and she have never known a lot of stuff about me until when she got real, when she was in her 40s. I kind of like share some stuff with her,
No,
and but
hold 1 minute. You
go
got
ahead.
pregnant. You got pregnant in Jamaica.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. And so my mom, you know, my book is What the Devil Meant for Evil, God Turned for Good, right? And all my life, I realized that all the things that happened to me, that the devil threw at me, God worked it for my good. So I was out there not knowing, because I just want to say this: when you've been sexual abused at that young age, you're totally messed up, mind messed up. You're like a zombie walking around in the world. You don't know not what's going on. I don't know about anybody else, but I know about me. And when all those things happen, like pregnancy and all that stuff, that was like in the zombie world. But one thing I'm glad for, that my mom, when she allowed me to, well, not allow me, when she didn't stop me from going to parties and stuff, that was the kind of mom she was at the time. And I'm glad, because if she was a mom that said, oh no, you get pregnant, I'm going to be ashamed and you got to go and get abortion, I thank God that she was not a mom like that. Because if she were a mom like that, I would be really messed up before, because I never have another pregnancy. So here, if I have a mom say abortion and let me get abortion, where would I be today? I wouldn't have my grandkids. I wouldn't have my daughter. So what the devil meant for bad, God turned it for good. So moving on forward, there's a lot of stuff that I cannot, share too much, because I want people like to hear this part of me, and when they read my book, then they understood why I couldn't share everything. So on going forward, I end up coming to America, and I come into America. No, before I leave Jamaica, I was always in the politics, like going around with Michael Manley, or meetings all over the place, and I could have lost my life a lot of times. When I said a lot of times, I've been shot at by helicopter. I've been shot up by gunmen. All those things. I could have lost my life. moving on forward, I come to America. I end up mixed up in drugs, gangs,
Okay,
all those
I'm
things.
going to stop you again. How old were you then when you're in the politics and when you come to America?
When I'm in politics, I was like 15, 16,
Oh, wow.
all those years.
Okay,
1980 election in Jamaica when they shoot up Spanish Town where Michael Manley was. I was right in the midst of that.
Wow.
And I was, 14?
Oh, my.
14. I didn't get pregnant yet. I was 14. And, we be on the bus and throwing bottles and all that to the people that, yeah, but God.
But God.
We been the bus been stoned at, been shoot up, but God. That 1980, I was under a lady bed that I don't even know. And all I could hear was they asking, where's Debbie? Where's Debbie? And when I heard that, I ran from underneath the bed and ran towards the bus that we came in because they missed me. So they know that I was not in the bus. They was calling, where's Debbie? Where's Debbie? That's my pet name in Jamaica. Where's Debbie? Where's Debbie? And so we made it out. So coming to America, like I got mixed up in the wrong thing. And, I don't even know. Sometimes some things happen you don't even know because I was in Jamaica where they got all those weeds and all kind of stuff. And I never even tried to do those things. But I come to America. But see, the thing is, if I never, not glorifying, but if I never mixed up in that, I would not know the Lord. I would not know the Lord. When the Lord come in, because if I was in Jamaica, I would be all minding my business with when it comes to those things. Yeah, I would give it a job and I'd be together, but not doing that. Not doing that part. And not even say it's Jamaica, we have weed over years out, all different kind of stuff, And I wouldn't, but then when I wouldn't get into trouble where God could come in and do what he do. And like I said, if you feel like you're these gangsters and you're in this cliques and you're in this all these things and you feel like this is the life that God called you to, no, that's not the life God called you to do. But he allowed things in our life. He allowed it. When the enemy come in like a flood, the Bible said the Spirit of the Lord lifted up a standing against him. And it was the enemy, because anything in your life that is not of God, it is the enemy. And God stand back because he know he was going to get the glory. He know he was going to get the glory out of me. But one thing that I want to share, I was 3 years old before all things happened to me. I got a vision from the Lord. And he told me to go call my mom. And when I go call my mom in the vision, the voice said, that little girl out there, I want you to take care of her because wherever she is, I'm there. I didn't understand that vision until I was 32, where the Lord said, who you think speak to you when you were 3 years old? I did not understand it when God said it to me. And then 2 years after, he said to me, oh, why do you think? Because I used to think that, because I'm the baby for my mom. And they told me when my mom was pregnant with me that my grandma was watching over me, when you went in the world, whatever. And I remember one night I went to the dance and I came back. And when I came back, something said spin around. And when I spin behind me, I see a lady in full white turn her back and walk back because I spin so fast on her. So I was thinking in my mind all this time that I've been protected. That is my grandma. So when I come to the Lord said to me, oh, you're going to think it's your grandma watching over you when it's a man voice speak to you. I kid you not. From that day, I said, okay, God, I surrender more to God. I give everything to him. because I know that I should have been dead a long time ago. When he spoke to me, he had shown me, he showed me, you ever seen like a movie or they playing you in front, about you in that movie? That was me when when the Lord was showing me everything happened. And he said, it was me. It was me with you all that time. Wasn't your grandma? It was me. And so I know that I know if God was not with me, I would have been dead a long time ago. Can you imagine growing up, getting abused, and then your mind has switched to something you can't even explain? After that happened, my mind was switched. I was walking, but I wasn't walking. I was walking, but I was walking. I was there, but I wasn't there. It's like I was in a shell. You know when I come to realize that I was walking as I is when the Holy Spirit come inside of me. When he come in me and make me brand new. And when I look over, I say, oh my God. And that is why I love the Lord, I loved him. Because I know it's only him could change my life the way how we changed it. No man, no woman, nothing could change my life but the Lord. When he comes to me, I felt peace, joy, and power. And that's when I know that only God could do this in my life. There's so many people in this life who has been sexual abuse. Some people, they don't make it. Some people commit suicide. Some people, they come murderers, and some people they return all kind of things that you don't even expect. And then we judge them and say, oh, they're wicked, they're this and they're that. But let me tell you something. It's only by the grace of God that I did not turn out to be some evil that kill people and do a lot of stuff to people because of what happened. Sexual abuse, I want people to know on this line, if you've been sexual abused, talk to somebody. Tell somebody. Bring it to the forefront. It took me like 27 or 27 years before I could able to share about my abuse with anyone. When I was growing up and I heard the girls was talking, oh, this one is my first, whatever. I could not share. Who wanted to tell them that their dad was their first person at 7 years old? So I yearn for anyone who you have been through it and you feel like, because every time when you think about it, you don't share it, you lock in your brains. My brains was so bad that when I spoke to the psychologist, you know what he told me? He said, if I try to help you, I'm going to kill you, because everything is blocked in your mind. Everything is stored in your mind. And I cannot help you. I'm not equipped to help you. I don't have the resources to help you. And so, by the grace of God, I prayed and I asked God to help me, because he put his spirit inside of me to help me. He said, give me direction. Help me. I need you to help my soul from all of this brokenness.